One Piece, Chapter 1, 1155 just dropped, and Oda has unleashed an absolute lore bomb on the fandom. For decades, we've heard whispers of a man so fearsome that legends like Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido once served under him. His name? Rox D. Zebeck, the most dangerous pirate in history. Chapter 1155 doesn't just give us a glimpse, it rips open the curtain. We're talking about a full-blown flashback of Rox's greatest moments, his daring attack on Marijoa, a clash with Elbaf's mightiest warrior, and the moment he set his plan for world domination into motion. And trust me, this chapter doesn't just add to the lore, it flips the Final Saga on its head. Today, we're diving deep, breaking down every jaw-dropping moment, unpacking the hidden lore, and exploring what this means for Luffy, Blackbeard, and the ultimate fate of One Piece. Rox D. Zebeck is one of those names that has lived in the shadows of One Piece for years. Even after his defeat at God Valley, the world government did everything in its power to erase him from history. Why? Because his ideals threatened the entire foundation of the world order. Rox wasn't like Roger, who sought freedom, or Luffy, who embodies the spirit of adventure. No. Rox wanted domination. He believed in ruling through sheer strength, uniting the strongest pirates under his flag to seize the world itself. And make no mistake, his charisma was undeniable. This was a man so terrifyingly magnetic that he gathered titans like Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido, Shiki, and Captain John into a single crew. Imagine a ship where every member could level a city on their own. Chapter 1155 finally lets us see this man in action, not as a vague silhouette, but as a living, breathing force of nature. He's confident, unyielding, and carries that signature D grin, a man who laughs in the face of the impossible. And for the first time, we witness the event that cemented his legend, the Marijoa Incident. 56 years ago, Rox committed the unthinkable. During a reverie, when kings and queens from across the world had gathered, he invaded Marijoa itself, the holy land of the celestial dragons, the heart of the world government. Chapter 1155 shows Rox carving a path through the holy land, tearing through marines and guards like they were nothing. His destination, the Room of Flowers, the innermost sanctum where Imu resides. And for the first time, Rox confronts the shadowy figure we've only known in whispers. With 5 kings held hostage, he demands answers from the being who secretly rules the world. But here's the twist that shook everyone. Imu doesn't care. The lives of 5 monarchs mean nothing. In that moment, Rox realizes just how deep Imu's control runs. His threat fails, but he leaves with a chilling promise. One day, I will return, and I will take you down. The implications are huge. For decades, fans speculated why the world government feared Rox so much. Now we know. He didn't just want to topple the celestial dragons. He went after Imu, the true sovereign of the world. And on his way out, Rox single-handedly defeated a Marine Admiral. Let that sink in. Admirals are the ultimate force of marine justice, and Rox put one down effortlessly. This isn't just hype. It's Oda telling us that Rox was in a league beyond even today's admirals. But Rox's escape wasn't without consequence, because it led to a legendary clash that has lived in Elbaf's history for over half a century. On his escape, Rox encountered Harold, the mightiest warrior of Elbaf. This wasn't just any giant. Harold was the living embodiment of Elbaf's warrior pride, a man whose very name commanded respect across the seas. What followed was a clash of titans. Harold's monstrous strength met Rox's overwhelming ambition, and for the first time, Rox faced someone who could go blow for blow with him. Neither could overpower the other, and in the aftermath, they parted with mutual respect. This battle is more than just fan service. It's a critical piece of One Piece lore. Elbaf has long been tied to the Void Century and the will of D. Could Harold have learned something about Rox during their battle? Did Rox himself uncover truths about the giant's connection to the ancient kingdom? And here's the kicker. In the present day, Elbaf has become a major stage of the Final Saga. Luffy and the Straw Hats are heading there, and who's waiting? Shanks, the Red Hair Pirates, and possibly the remnants of Rox's ambitions. Could Harold's legacy and his respect for Rox play into Luffy's fate on Elbaf? We're not done connecting the dots yet. Total years after the Marijoa Incident, Rox orchestrated another seismic event, the Pirate Island Incident. On the surface, it was simple. Rox cleared out Pirate Island of its most lawless criminals in exchange for gold from the world government. But in true Rox fashion, he never intended to keep his promise. Instead, he used the chaos to consolidate his power, gathering the strongest pirates into what would become the most feared crew in history, the Rox Pirates. This was more than a power play. It was the beginning of Rox's ultimate plan, a world ruled by strength. And though the world government tried to suppress the truth, the shockwaves of this incident echoed across the seas. Here's where the theories kick in. Could this event have been the precursor to God Valley, the battle where Rox ultimately fell? And if so, what was his true objective? Treasure? Ancient weapons? Or was he, as some fans believe, after knowledge? The kind of knowledge that the world government has been hiding since the Void Century? Chapter 1155 doesn't just give us a history lesson, it sets up the future. Here's what we know. Rox's ambition lives on. Blackbeard's rise isn't random. From inheriting Rox's ship to sharing his desire to dominate the seas, Blackbeard feels like the true heir to Zebeck's will. Could Teach be the modern embodiment of Rox's ideology? Fawn Will of D. Rox carried the D name, the same mysterious initial that connects Luffy, Roger, Law, and many others. Was Rox, like Luffy, a natural enemy of the Celestial Dragons? Could his pursuit of domination be the dark side of the Will of D? Absu's true fear. Rox once came closer than anyone to dethroning Emu. Could his legacy, or even his knowledge of the Void Century, be the key to the final war? And here's a wild theory. What if Rox didn't truly die at God Valley? Could Oda be setting up his return, either as a living force or as the lingering will that drives Blackbeard? The Final Saga is shaping up to be more than Straw Hats versus the world government. It's the ultimate ideological clash. Luffy's freedom versus Emu's tyranny versus Rox's domination. Chapter 1155 changed the game. We finally see Rox D. Zebeck in all his terrifying glory, his vendetta against Emu and the blueprint for the Final Saga taking shape. So, what do you think? Could Rox's return shake the balance of power? Will Blackbeard finish what Zebeck started? Or will Luffy's Will of D bring true freedom to the world? Drop your theories in the comments, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe, because if Chapter 1155 taught us anything, it's that the legend of Rox D. Zebeck has only just begun.